Hello everyone and welcome back to part 4 of our match tutorial series. Obviously this has taken a little while to get out. I have to apologize. I started a new job and unfortunately for me this is a hobby for now, so I had to take a bit of time off to get that done. I keep updates in the Discord if anyone's curious about things going on, but I'm hoping to get back into my weekly schedule. It might take a little bit, but overall we're going to start releasing again more frequently. So because it's been a little bit, let's just check off where we were last time. We had created the logic to be able to determine when we have matches, and we've got our basic matching in place. So what we can see here is we have some matches, and as the game starts, we attempt to recreate the board to ensure that we don't have any matches to begin with, and then that allows the person to start a clean game. Now there is actually a bug I would like to clean up first from the end of the previous tutorial, and that is that the board when it generates doesn't actually clear the potions out when it regenerates. So it goes through the process of identifying that it has matches, and then when it recreates the board, it never actually clears out the previous board. So you can see here, I've got a whole lot of potions. And so we're going to fix that first, and then we'll get into actually moving the potions around on the board in this tutorial, and that's where we'll end. So I'm going to jump over into my potion board script. We're going to be working on the potion script as well as the potion board in this session. And we'll start by zooming in. So we're going to start by creating a region in here that we'll call swapping potions. And this region just helps us to keep all of the logic related to swapping potions into one area. And we can just minimize that when we're done. So if we're ever looking over the code base, it just makes it simpler to work with. So there's a few things we're going to need in here. Firstly, we're going to need the ability to select a potion. We're going to need the ability to swap a potion. This is going to have the logic to be able to determine what is going to be swapped. Then we're going to have the actual do swap. That will be the actual swapping of the locations of everything on the board. We're going to need a check for whether something is adjacent, and that's going to basically just say like, am I next to another potion and what is that potion? That's going to be a nice helper method for us to be able to determine when we've made a swap, what is the location of the potions that are around us and do we need to swap back. Then we'll have a check for processing our matches, and that's going to be a coroutine, and that's going to obviously check to see, do I have 3 potions stacked together? If I do, then okay, cool, we can return a checkboard and say that we've created a match. We're not going to worry about removing potions in this because it's going to be quite a lot of code, but by the end of this you will be able to see and swap potions. When there is a match, it will stay in that location, and when there is not a match, it will swap back to its previous location, and then we could decrease the number of turns, for example, that a person's allowed to do. Now that will be the overall methods that we're going to be writing in the potion board. On the potion script will be the actual movement of the potion itself. So we're going to need a method down here that is going to be a move to target. So we're going to be passing in basically the location that this potion that this script is attached to needs to move to, and then that will be controlled by a move coroutine. So we'll be needing to write that as well. Okay, and before we do any of those steps, the first thing we want to do is fix up that duplicate spawning of potions. So I'm going to need to create a new public list of game objects that I'm going to call potions to destroy. Oh, and we'll set that to a new potions to destroy. And then inside of this initialize board, before we do anything, we first want to destroy potions. Now that's going to be a method that we obviously haven't written just yet, so I'm going to hit Alt Enter and then say generate method potions to destroy, and then I'll just Control left click it and that will take me to it. We can get rid of this throw. So we're going to start out with a null check just to make sure that potions to destroy has something in it. So if potions to destroy is not null, then we want to get each potion of type game object, potion in potions to destroy, and then we want to destroy potion. And then at the very end of that, we want to clear out the list. So because these are going to become missing as you start to destroy these game objects, we want to make sure that that list is empty in case we need to cycle through this process multiple times. So we'll say potions to destroy dot clear. So now we have the ability to destroy potions, but we have not yet actually added anything to this list. So I'll jump over to where we're spawning our potion. This is the point where we create our potion. And we want to add to this the potions to destroy dot add, and then we're going to say this potion, so potion. Now we'll give that a quick test, so I'll jump back into my game. And when we hit play, what you can see here is we've got it recreating the board multiple times throughout this process, actually recreated quite a few times. And each time it recreates the board now, it should also be destroying the potions. And the easiest way to check it should be 48 potions in total, but if we were to delete one of them, we'll find that there's no potions behind it. So it hasn't been spawning these over the top of each other. And obviously, if you were to delete multiple, they should all be empty. So we fixed that problem now. We should always have the same number of potions whenever we start a game. And now let's get started on the swapping potions element. So I'm going to scroll down to that region that we created. And inside of here, I'm going to create a public void select potion method. And that will take in a type potion. So with this select potion script, we're going to write out what we plan to do here. Firstly, we want to say if we don't have a potion currently selected, then set the potion I just clicked to my selected potion. Now for this, we're going to need a new reference. So I'm going to go back to the very top real quick. And we're going to add this as a serialized field, and we'll say private potion, selected potion. We also, while we're up here, might as well add a few things that we're going to need. So we'll add a serialized field for processing a move. So private bool is processing move. And that's going to be used to determine whether I'm currently already trying to swap some potions around, because we want to have a little animation in there, and we don't want people doing multiple swaps over the top of each other. So we will basically have this as a blocker to determine whether someone is moving. And then if they aren't moving, they're able to make one. If they are moving, we can just return. Okay, I think for now that should be all that we're going to need. So we'll go back down to where we were. So we've got a way to select our potion. Now I think the way that we'll unselect our potion is that we're going to say if you click the same potion twice, then we'll unselect it. So let's say you accidentally tap a potion and you've selected that potion to move, but you don't actually want to move it. If you click it again, then it will get rid of it. So if we select the same potion twice, then let's make selected potion null. And lastly, we want to actually select a swap. So we're going to say if selected potion is not null and is not the current potion, then we should attempt a swap. And after we do that, we should also set selected potion back to null, because we don't want to obviously have that potion be selected and do multiple swaps with it. So now let's fill out that logic. We're just going to say if selected potion is equal to null, then we'll debug.log the potion that we've got. So we'll say underscore potion, and then we'll set selected potion equal to our underscore potion. And then our next logic, we're going to say else if selected potion is equal to the potion we just clicked on, then we want to set selected potion back to null. And finally, we'll then perform our swap and set our potion back to null. So we'll say else if selected potion is not equal to the potion we've got already. And remember, if it's already null, it won't have got to this point. So it will be a potion. Then we're going to say swap potion, and that will take in two potions. It will take in the selected potion that we have, and it will take in the potion that we're trying to move to. So obviously these two won't be the same when you get down to this condition here, because they're going to be different. So you're going to say, this is the potion I've selected, and I want to swap it with this potion here. And then after that point, we'll set selected potion back to null. And now we can create this method here. So we'll create a private void swap potion, and it's going to take in a potion that we'll call current potion. That's our selected potion, and a potion that we'll call target potion. And now with swap potion, we need to make sure that current potion and target potion are adjacent to one another. So I've just jumped into the app quick to give you an example. Let's say this was my current potion here. I want to make sure that I'm only able to click this red one, that red one, this red one, or that green one. And the reason we do that is because I don't want to be able to swap this potion with any other potion on the board. It needs to be adjacent so that the game works like a normal match 3. So to do that, we would need a is adjacent check, and this is where it would go in. So we're going to say if it's not adjacent, then don't do anything. And if it is adjacent, then we would start the swap. So we'll say do swap here. Then we'll set is processing move equal to true. And then once the swap is finished, we would then start a coroutine, which is going to do the process matches. And that process matches is just going to say, in this new state, have I got a 3 match? If I do, then do an action. If I don't, then do a different action. So we'll start by creating this is adjacent. So we've got a private bool is adjacent, and that's going to take in our 2 potions. So we'll call this potion, and we've got current potion and potion of target potion. So we can do some math here to say return mathf dot abs, which is absolute, and current potion dot xindex minus target potion dot xindex. And the same for the y-axis. So I'm just going to copy this real quick. And we'll say plus this. Change that to our y-index. Y-index. And if this is equal to 1, then we have an adjacent potion. So we can say if not is adjacent, and we take in the current potion and the target potion here. And if we aren't adjacent, then what we want to do is just return. And if we are adjacent, then we can do this do swap.